Right now, President William Ruto is once again under so much fire, or rather scrutiny from Kenyans, after another development happened following the Blood Parliament documentary that was released by international media BBC. It was established yesterday that the government has made 4 arrests to the Blood Parliament filmmakers here in Kenya, and what's rather disappointing is that the 4 people arrested were not actually involved in the shooting of the documentary. This is what on X the People's Watchman, or rather activist Boniface Mwangi, tweeted, and I quote, "The police have arrested 3 filmmakers, Nicholas Wambugu, Brian Adagala, Mark Denver Karubiu, and Chris Wamae at their offices at Karen Village. The police confiscated the equipment and the hard drives. One of them managed to make a call and said they have been split into 2 groups, one headed to Pangadi police station and the other one to Muthaiga. The arrested filmmakers didn't film or contribute to Blood Parliament, and they weren't told the reason for their arrest." Lawyer Iam has traced Nicholas Wambugu and Brian Adagala at Pangani, and Mark Denver Karubiu and Chris Wamae at Muthaiga police station. End of quote.
To watch the show, some breaking news that just reached the NTV desk. 4 filmmakers have been arrested over the Blood Parliament BBC documentary. Business partners have shared this, of the filmmakers are the ones who shared this information. Hard drives and other material has been confiscated by police when they went to a studio in Karen, where the 3 were before they were arrested. We don't have the 4th name so far. We only have 3. We will let you know who the 4th is as soon as we get that information.
That is what Boniface Mwangi had tweeted on X, which comes only a few days after BBC aired the documentary to show what really happened on the last year protest when President William Ruto had announced that the government wanted to pass the Finance Bill 2024. In reaction to that, the Kenyan youths, nicknamed the Gen Z, took out to the streets to demonstrate their anger as they were speaking for the rest of Kenyans, and calling the president to stop passing of this bill. And the protests outside were very peaceful, actually, as you have seen from videos before, from documentaries before. The people of Kenya went out to the streets. They had nothing that could harm the police. They rather just carried their mobile phones so that they could post on their TikToks, their Instagrams, but whatever was shown in the documentary showed actually a very brutal response from the police. And it was also discovered that there are Kenya defense officer, or a KDF officer, was involved in shooting one of the peaceful protesters, as shown in the document. That created much anger from the public, and people right about now, their bloods are actually boiling. People are wondering, why is the government looking very much pressed on this issue? I'll take you back 2 days ago when the government spokesperson Isaac Mwaura made his comment on the BBC documentary, saying that the BBC should have made this one a fair, and they should have made their reporting unbiased. So this is what Isaac Mwaura said. It is on record. Have a listen, and then we'll get to continue to discuss this story.
BBC documentary that was aired, is really, one-sided, because they didn't have a view of the government. Obviously and sincerely, we really send our most sincere condolences to the families of those affected. And we have IPOA on the cases. They have already issued a statement of the 60 deaths that were recorded. About 22 cases have been finalized. And there is more information to this that we shall be releasing as well, so that then these issues are being taken care of. And also, if you look at even the whole documentary, they never spoke about the issue, even giving the president's speech ample time to be heard. They were very keen to show the other side of the story. And there are always at least 2 sides of a story. And there is also the government position on this issue. We've already reached out to BBC. It's good to say that very clearly on these issues, and we have already expressed our sentiments to them, and we will be communicating going forward as far as this matter is concerned.
There you have it from Isaac Mora. That was his sentiments, and he was actually representing the whole government on what they feel about the BBC documentary, which exposed the Kenyan government, and people are so angry at why the government is not arresting the perpetrators who were in the BBC documentary. We saw John Kaboi, who was filmed making the orders to the police, telling them to shoot and to kill the protesters, and from his orders we had 2 people taken down by police bullets. Also, for the Kenya Defence Force, you know that it is law that the KDF should not shoot and kill their citizens, and it also becomes a very bad picture when a KDF officer shoots a protester who is running away from them. So let's go through the reactions on the what is happening on X after sorry for that, after it was discovered that the police arrested the 4 filmmakers. So I'm just gonna take you through the comments. Here is the Duke of Savannah on X. He wrote, and I quote, "Dear Kenyans, we all know the law. If you spot a police officer engaging in anything unlawful, especially against a civilian, deal with them on the spot. Conduct a citizen arrest. People power is greater than the people with power. This is our motherland. We will not sit by and let the cops kill us for fun. We will not let anyone turn Kenya into Haiti." Yes, that is the tweet. And also busy as Nyamisa Chilagat tweeted, and I quote, "The BBC Blood Parliament filmmakers have been arrested, but is it really an arrest? What law did they break? When will this madness ever end?" Obegi added, and I quote, "Why arrest them? Free Nicholas Gishuki, free Brian Adagala, free Chris Wamai, impunity shall die one day." Yes, Kenyans are convinced. Also, this is City just saying, Kenyans convinced that there are more than there are people who sabotaged Kenya Kwanza government following the arrest of the Blood Parliament. Yes, these are some of the opinions, and I would like maybe to say what you guys are thinking on this story, because people are so much angered by this on this what day is it today? On this, it's on a Monday. No, today is not on Monday. People are, on this Saturday morning, Kenyans are fuming. They are so much agitated by that move by the government to arrest the 4 filmmakers, and you'd rather question yourself, why is the government so angry? And yet BBC, they interviewed people who are during the protest, and the evidence on the documentary is so overwhelming. And yes, the opinions right now going on TikTok, Kenyans are still sharing whatever they feel about this story, and it has been yes. All right, now I'm trying to see if there's something developing there, but as we can see, there's nothing more. There's not so much information from the arrested people, but we'll still keep following on that story to make sure that whatever happens from this or whatever happens in regard to the arrest, we will update you on this story. But just keep an eye for be in the lookout for the news that is happening, also to know what will happen in this country. President William Ruto has still remained silent on this BBC documentary. He has never come out in public. You remember in the parliament building itself 2 days ago, John Kiarie, the MP to Dagoretti South, made a very ridiculous statement saying that Mr. Speaker, people here in Kenya, they die and we move on, we sympathize, and we forget. And that statement has really just told you what's the picture inside the parliament and what the MPs are thinking after the documentary exposed the killings. Because if an MP is just saying that people will just die and we will move on, then you wonder if these are our leaders we chose to represent us, and if we expect them to defend us at the parliament. And this is what they are saying. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. That is the latest update for you today on this Saturday morning. Have a good afternoon.